Well, in today's episode of Anderson's Garage, we got to figure out why the old Fury's losing fuel pressure when she gets hot. Now, I don't want to be pushy at all. It's no big deal. It's your choice. But if you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed to videos, do me a favor. Can you do that for me? I'd really appreciate it. So I took it for a drive the other day after the old video about Points Gap and all that. Took it for a spin to Dad's, and it just wasn't quite right. The miss was gone at idle. I think we did help it with the Points Gap adjustment on that end, but almost seems like it created another problem. So just cruising wise, ran pretty good. More you got in it, kind of start to sputter like it was losing fuel. So as I'm driving, I'm sitting thinking, I'm trying to figure out, well, what could it be? I mean, could it be fuel pump? Well, you think about it, 2-3 years ago, I got a new fuel pump when we got a hold of it. But did it drag stuff it had a new tank put in it, so it couldn't be junk from the tank, but did it drag some stuff through the old fuel lines? Because I don't believe we ever put a fuel filter before the pump. Could have tore something up. That's a possibility. Could this regulator be bad that I put in? They say they're not that great anyway. Could it be a pinhole in the old fuel line? Fuel lines have never been replaced, like we just said. So maybe we can get under it in that aspect and figure out, well, do we smell fuel? Do we see any signs of fuel leaks? Because it should leak down as it's sitting, which, to be honest with you, it kind of does. The longer it sits, seems like it's got to build up more fuel, which is kind of typical. Worst case scenario, could it be flattened cam, bad fuel pump push rod? Let's hope not, but we're going to find out. First thing you guys got to do, get in here. Now, I just started it and moved it from where it usually parked and kind of got it crooked in the garage. But we got 7 pounds sitting, which yesterday or the other day, I bumped that fuel pressure regulator all the way up. So the first thing we're going to do is let this thing get warm and just watch the fuel pressure, see if it just slowly drops. Won't know if it's maybe a boil issue. Could we somehow pour a little water on the fuel pump or fuel lines to try to cool the fuel to see if that pressure comes back up? I don't know. We're going to just have to try some things today. So there, it looks like it's got good fuel pressure. Looks like it's pumping. It's getting a good pump. It looks like it's struggling at all. So it's kind of telling me that definitely maybe signs of fuel boilage or bad fuel pump. Look, I don't think it's hole in the fuel line or anything like that, like it's drawing air, because you think it would show its face a little bit sooner than that. It could be hard to pull fuel initially. So I went ahead and shut the hood. We're gonna let this thing run for a little while, let it build up some heat, let it get up to running temperature, see what our fuel pressure is here in a few minutes. See what you think. Well, we're sitting about 4. We're already down to pushing 2 almost. Felt the fuel pump. The fuel pump seemed like it's extremely hot or anything. So could it be can push run? I don't know. I think what we're going to do is order a fuel pump, go ahead and remove the fuel pump, and go ahead and install fuel pump, see if that runs back over. Now that we got the motor warm, why not put your peepers and your hands in there? See if you can't burn yourself. So let's dig in there and get that fuel pump off. Guys, went ahead and removed the generator alternator simply because this opens up so much more room, and the Mopar alternators ain't that bad to remove. So went ahead and done that. I don't know, I may go ahead and order a new one of these. I don't know if you can hear that or not. So we'll think about that. We may throw a new one on. We'll see what much they cost. It's working fine, but I don't know for how much longer. Fuel pump. Here it is. As you can see, this thing's not that old, but it doesn't sound very good at all. I think she's bad. Honestly, I don't think these have push rods. I think this may ride directly on the can. Let's clean this up and look at it. Yeah, it looks like the can may ride directly on that. You usually should be able to hear these make a. Oh, there it goes. What is that? I mean, if it's only moving it that much. It's this play that's in it. Is that normal? I don't know. I don't know if that's normal or not. Well, I'm kind of learning with you. So, looking in there, you can actually see timing chain gears, and it looks like that pump arm actually runs off of something off the front of the um, cam gear. New to me. I'm more of a GM guy, so um, there you go. Learn something new every day. I don't know if I can reach in there. Feel slop. Let's get this chunk of oil out of here. Pretty nasty looking. That ain't good. Well, after we got the fuel pump off there, I'm gonna try to get this manifold, this exhaust manifold off. I don't know if anybody's familiar with these, but they have a diverter flap in this manifold from the factory, and this one's sticky and stuck. I've manually forced it one way, but I'm not sure. Heck, I may have it closed. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get this manifold off so that we can make sure that that's open, or try to eliminate it altogether. Well, the guy's going to jack the front of the car up. I think it might be easier just to get the other manifold bolt, flange bolt from the bottom side. We're going to try it. We're going to throw this thing on some jack stands, get some tools, see if we can get that one broke loose. Can't believe the other one come loose as easy as it did. That was kind of surprised me. It'll get them all loose. Now we'll take the manifold bolts out. Hopefully those come out decent. Hopefully it's had new gaskets, so we'll get it out before. We'll pull that manifold off and see what's inside of it. Oh no. What are you gonna do about that? It's like we're draining the water. Front manifold bolts coming out of it. Yeah, I did not know that manifold bolts on these LA Mopars, or heck, maybe all Mopars, I don't know. You pull them out, and you're going to get coolant coming out of them. So we'll do the right thing and drain the coolant so it don't make too big of a mess. Well, got about 2 gallons of water out of it, drained out of it, and guess what? Got the manifold off. Check this out. As I suspected, the old flap, I had it closed the whole time. So we've got to get that open, remove it. Do we need it? You know what I mean? So let's see what we can do with that. Well, guys, made it over to the vise. Try not to bust it. Bust this manifold. Not sure if we can get this to move at all right now. We're going to spray it a little. Oh, look. See, that's just spinning. Yeah, that's no bueno. So whenever I was adjusting it within the car, I thought I was moving it. I wasn't moving it at all. So she's seized up tight. So we might as well try to get all this apparatus off here. and see if we can get that flap unstuck. Well, guys, got it cut out of there. So for the best. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna clean up what's inside the manifold or not. There's still a couple little small pieces. I think I'm gonna leave it for now. We'll go ahead and get this manifold back on. This thing may even sound different. I mean, because now the exhaust isn't going across the intake and back out the other side. It may completely change this car completely. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm kind of excited. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this gasket material off the block. I'm just gonna take this regular blade. I think we'll take a dab of silicone on some. Just a dabble. Poke you little hole in the side. There you go. Little on the old gasket. Said nothing crazy. It's a little thin layer. Probably don't need anything at all, to be honest with you. But just that little bit of security makes it super hard to get it off too, which, oh well. We're just going to deal with it when the time comes. Why think ahead? That would be silly. Well, it's just this little bit. It's going to help it stick to. Well, should we stick it probably to the fuel pump first? Oop, got it on upside down. Stick that on the fuel pump if it'll stay. Of course, it's not going to. It's going to fight me. Well, it was until I just moved it. Okay. Let's try that. Yeah, so sometimes you take stuff off you don't need to, but or we don't know if we need to or not. But sometimes you put stuff back together just to see if you made a difference. Really hoping we did. Start with these bolts. I should hold the gasket on. Just a second. Yeah, I'm a goat farmer too, I guess. Alright, but we've got the fuel pump back on. Getting ready to put the alternator back on. Made a little spacer, get rid of some washers. Hopefully that works. Got to do a little adjusting on the old spacer. She's a little light, or a little tight, light, tight, whatever. It's just a little bit too tight. Gotta go make some more adjustments. All right, let's see if this will do it. It's kind of hard to get your hand in there. Stupid thing. There we go. I didn't put my field wire on there. Oh no. Well, so we're going to loosen it back up. Get the wiring finished up. I think we'll be ready to start this thing. Hang in there. You know, water doesn't look too great. To be honest with you, but I don't know what that's from, but we're putting her back in. I think it's just needs flushed real good. Ugh. It's fired up. How about it? You want to? Cross your fingers. Oh, you got to hook the battery cube back up before you got any juice. I'm going to try that first. Oh, yeah. Now let's see what it does. Burn some smoke off of her, but other than that, I don't see any major leaks. Fuel pressure is 4 pounds. See what that fuel pressure does now. Well, guys, gonna go ahead and throw a timing light on this after I done it by ear, just to kind of see where it's at. Just for craps and giggles. About 8 before top dead center. I think I'm gonna go take it to 10 and see what happens. I'm not ready to take it for a spin. Took it for a little spin, and that manifold's been holding this thing back for a while. So that's probably going to definitely help. Fuel issue, if we had some boiling stuff going on in the carburetor, that should help quite a bit. Now what we're going to do is I've replaced the wheel cylinder on the passenger side. We're going to replace the wheel cylinder and the hose on the driver's side. So we're going to dig in, get that stuff changed, and then we're going to take it to town and get something to eat tonight, hopefully. Whoa, where are you going? And we'll have to get the drum. You have to take the bearing loose on these to get the drum off. I think originally tried to change the other side. I was prying on the drum thinking it was going to come off the hub, and it did not want to come off. So come to find out, it's just as easy just to take the bearings loose, take the drum off. We're going to go ahead and spray some WD-40 or something on the brake line so that we can get that broke loose, hopefully. Change the hose and the wheel cylinder. Well, guys, brought you in here a little closer. Cotter key out. Wheel holder inner. Wheel nut holder inner thingy. Always put that stuff in my cap so I don't lose it. The castle nut, retainer lock, wash your dealio jobby. Get a adjustable wrench. Got the brake line loose. Didn't have to heat it up. Didn't have to do nothing. Spray a little WD on it. Really, everything on this car is really kind of come apart decent. Let's see if the wife will come out here and help me weigh these brakes when we're done. Hoping this really helps the unevenness of the front brakes. Like there's just one's a little slower than the other, and I think the hose is probably going to fix most of that. But we're going to go ahead and replace the brake. There it is. It's off. It's the original hose. Original wheel cylinder. Surely that's going to make it better. Let's get the new parts. Well, a guy couldn't find the new front wheel cylinder. Didn't find two rears and front hose. So that's a plus. And a rear hose. So I guess what we're going to do, meantime, is just install the new hose on the old wheel cylinder and hope the hose was causing most of the problem. It's not leaking, but it was in pretty bad shape. I kind of cleaned the inside of it out, took it apart. Seemed to be working, just not quite as good as the other side. So let me get this hose out of the wheel cylinder, get the new hose in, and we'll put it back together. Well, a guy can't find his propane torch. You guys ever do that? So I gotta go hunt for it. I'll be right back. Well, it's not the one I was looking for, but it'll do the job. I'm gonna put a little heat on this bleeder. I was thinking something funky. Like I had to bleed this thing's a little weird. I don't want to break that off. If I break that off, we're in a world of hurting. So just broke loose. Good deal. You don't want to get that too hot because you're liable to burn up some seals and stuff in there. Just a little heat, little penetrating oil, spray, WD-40, something along those lines. A little heat. We'll work it back and forth and make sure it's good. All right. There we go. Keep this out so we can bleed the brakes here a bit. I'm gonna go clean some of these parts up. Maybe to make it a little easier to go back together. I had already, when I put these shoes on there, I already went through and the adjuster and greased it up good. That's where it was working very well. Try to put all this back together. Got pieces and parts falling out. Well, guys, got the bleeder open still. Got the drum back on. I'm going to check the brake fluid and make sure we're not out of brake fluid. That would be bad. a little low, and that's the back. We have something leaking in the back. I'll top it off. Maybe the front. This one, I'm not sure. Let's see. Well, she's dripping out, so that's good. Getting all over the place. We'll spray it down with some brake clean and clean her up. I'm gonna say we're gonna roll with that, and then if that doesn't work out very well, we will see if the wife will come out and help us. Well, guys, got the wheel back on, got the car on the ground. I think we're going to get in the car and roll it forward, back up, hit the brakes, and hope the adjuster does its job. Yeah, they're getting better. Oh, I just hit the freaking toolbox. You didn't tell me that was there. All right. Oh, oh, oh. You got to tell me when I'm getting close. The heck? A little spongy. Say we're going to try it. Take it down the road and see how it does. Take the old rod for a spin here. They're a little spongy. I have to have the shell come out and help me. Clanking. Did I put them back together right? Man, I'm telling you, that exhaust, opening that exhaust up, this thing is a completely different animal. Let's try the brakes. It's not too bad. A little spongy though. I like for have a little more brake, but I don't feel like it's not pulling like before. It would you touch the brake and it kind of pull one way, like the other one was a little late. Oh, I might leave it. I'll see you back at the house. Well, it's a couple days later. Guy had some things to do, but that's pretty much going to do it for this episode. The car drives good. We took it to town, took it out to eat later that day, and it did pretty good. I think I'm gonna end up having Michelle help me bleed the brakes, but um, definitely running 10 times better, starting better. After you get the morning before, you'd shut it off, it'd sit, and then you crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it. After maybe even give it a little throttle for it to start. Um, Now it just seems like she just fires right up. So we definitely made an improvement with the exhaust and opened that up. That's this episode this week. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Anderson's Garage. Over and out.